Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate you holding today's hearing. Capital markets and emergency lending in the COVID-19 era. I will note it's not on the Southern District of New York, and now that that box has been checked, I hope we can move along to the work of Chairman Clayton. The last several months have upended the livelihood and well-being for millions of American families throughout the United States. With almost every state under stay-at-home orders, everyone has been affected by the pandemic. Not only has this affected our daily lives, but it certainly impacted our capital markets as well. Undoubtedly, these have been uncertain times for American investors and market participants. During the first quarter of 2020, the pandemic caused severe economic and capital market shocks. This turmoil was evidenced by sharp price declines, yet spikes in volumes in equity markets, which closed the first quarter with their worst performance since the financial crisis. Additionally, the ultimate symbol of these unprecedented times was the March 23rd closing of the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, which was the first time the floor was closed while electronic trading continued. Although we saw significant market volatility early in the crisis, I believe that capital markets have been generally resilient. Our capital markets have undergone the toughest pandemic stress test to date, and I'm pleased to report they seem to pass with flying colors. As we are beginning to emerge from the depths of this health crisis, we have a unique opportunity to carefully assess the actions taken to address the pandemic and its impacts. We should take stock of the lessons learned and how we might improve and modernize moving forward. We need to find more ways to jumpstart our economy, help grow our small businesses, reduce unnecessary regulatory costs and burdens on our public companies. We must also improve and expand access to the capital markets for both businesses and investors in order to better put their money to work. There's no doubt that many of COVID-19's impacts will be long-lasting, and it will necessarily influence how America conducts business in the foreseeable future. Chairman Clayton, I look forward to hearing from you today on ways to reignite the economy, help business get back up and running, as well as get Americans back to work. Not to mention what you often talk about is protecting Main Street investors. And we need those folks to increase savings and retirement returns for these Main Street Americans. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you as we have chatted in the past. Lots is happening. I'm hoping that we are able to capture some of the temporary reforms and streamlining as economists talk, reducing that friction between transactions in a way that certainly keeps investors safe, it facilitates the markets, and increases the value and the importance here in the United States. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.